Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Maria Aslam and I was a NIDA Trust Rising Star 3 years ago. I have since completed memorizing the Quran and I have been awarded an ijaza and I am now known as Hafiz Maria. I would firstly like to begin by thanking NIDA Trust for inviting me here today, and I am honoured to be a part of this event. Tonight we will be rewarding teachers for their outstanding work. As a matter of fact, we all need teachers, and there are clear examples of teaching and guidance plainly written in the Quran. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's immense favour on us that He has endowed the human being with the ability to learn. In chapter 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches Adam alayhi salam the names of all things, and it is because of this knowledge that the angels prostrated to Adam alayhi salam. I will now recite the verses 30 to 33 that discuss Adam alayhi salam's superiority due to his knowledge. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإذ قال ربك للملائكة إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح بحمدك ونقدس لك قال إني أعلم ما لا تعلمون وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم فلما أنبأهم بأسمائهم قال ألم أقل لكم إني أعلم غيب السماوات والأرض وأعلم ما تبدون وما كنتم تكتمون. I would like to end with Alhamdulillah. All praise is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I will now recite verses 22 to 24 of Surah Al-Hashr. These verses glorify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through His names, and insha'Allah, I pray our gathering here tonight is full of blessings and brings Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our presenters, Baba Mirza and Sahar Zahid.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام وعلى سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, thank you, and welcome to the National Muslim Teachers Creativity and Innovation Awards 2017, where we will discover who has won tonight's prestigious teaching awards, organized by Nida Trust and sponsored by Penny Appeal, Qatar Charity, and AMC Trust. We are here in the heart of London to celebrate some of our country's best teachers. We will be honoring them for the extraordinary work that they do in teaching our children. Many thanks to Maria, Hafida Maria, who opened the event. I think she needs a round of applause. MashaAllah, her beautiful recitation of the Quran. And as she mentioned herself, many of you will know Maria as the winner of the Nida Trust Rising Star Awards in 2014. MashaAllah, Hafida Maria completed her memorization of the Quran at the tender age of only 7 years old, and MashaAllah has continued to inspire not only children, but adults to both recite and read the Quran.
Joining us this evening, we have our judges, sponsors, and a selection of community leaders who will help us to give out the 33 Teachers Awards this evening. The awards have 11 categories, including literacy, numeracy, science and technology, business and enterprise, the arts, sports, citizenship, pastoral care, Quran, the Arabic language, and finally Islamic studies. Within each category, we will be announcing first, second, and third place winners. All winners will receive a trophy, and the first place winner will be awarded £500 for their school.
The criteria used to judge the nominations included quality of teaching, how the teacher creates a learning environment which is inspiring, challenging, and engaging, creativity and innovation, original and creative ideas, tools, resources, and approaches to learning that the teacher uses to enhance learning, promoting character education and citizenship, how the teacher encourages learners to develop strong values and provide opportunities to be positive role models and good citizens, and finally, the impact on student outcomes.
We have a packed program for you this evening. In addition to awarding teachers, we will hear from our keynote speakers. We have entertainment from our wonderful Voice of Peace Children's Choir, the Moroccan Nasheed group An-Noor, and spoken word from another one of our Rising Star Award winners from 2014, Amani Faris. If that wasn't enough, we will also be awarding supplementary school teachers, aspiring youth leaders, and of course, we will enjoy a wonderful dinner together.
But first, may I invite to the stage to share a few words the chairman of Nida Trust, Haji Muttalib Onur.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Salatu wassalam ala Rasulina Muhammadin salawatu alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you all to another Nida Trust event. Nida Trust is almost 12 years of age. 12 years ago, with the young people like Babur, Faisal, doing great job for the field of education, alhamdulillah. Ever since we try to address what is the issues for the Muslim communities in this country, particularly in the field of education. We start with the supplementary schools, and after that, we identify the training, teacher training for the Muslim education establishments. And we also look into the youth development, youth leadership programs. Muslim education fairs is one of them. And 2 years ago, we had first Teachers Award ceremony. Why we doing this? Particularly the young people and the teachers is very important, development of the future generation. In the human life, particularly myself, I'm talking about myself, two important people and aspects of the life is, first is the parent, second one is the teacher. They design my life. They gave me the world view I had through the teachers and my family. Teachers not always recognize their hard work and difficult task they give to society. It's not appreciated. As a Nida Trust, we thought it's a time to give the deserved recognition to these people, teachers, wherever they are. They are the role model, positive role models for the children of us, our children. Best role model, or sometimes the worst role model. It all depends on the teachers. Best thing we can do for the human development is to create, educate, and provide good teachers. Decent teachers, good knowledge, good role model. They will develop our young generation. Is the way they will be more fruitful and the more productive generation of the futures. All depends on the teachers. Today, we will be awarding, just showing our expression is the appreciation of their hard work, their efforts for the contributing to society. We recognize, and with the awards, how little or how simple, but main thing is we really appreciate what they're doing for the society. Has to be recognized, has to be respected, and has to be valued. As a Muslim society, I ask everyone to think about this. Teachers not just the educator, teacher also follow the step of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and all the other prophets of the Allah. All the prophets, end of the day, is just the teachers. They haven't done anything, just to teach whatever the message they had from our Creator, they handed over to the human beings. So their role is follow up the prophets. That's how I see it personally. I would like to once again thank you all for attending, honoring us, to be here with us. It's a great pleasure to see you once again. Thank you very much.
Jazakallah khair, thank you, Haji Mutlab, as always. We have a number of people in the audience who have come from abroad just for tonight's event, and one of those people is Sister Funda Kocabiik, who is the Director General of the Ministry of Education in Turkey, and I'd like her to come forward, please, to share a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bismillah. Saygıdeğer hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, çok kıymetli konuklar. Hepinizi saygıyla selamlıyor. Uzun yıllardır eğitime gönül vermiş Nida Trust yetkilileri tarafından düzenlenen bu ödül töreninde sizlerle bir arada olmaktan duyduğum memnuniyeti dile getirmek istiyorum.
Honourable ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, I am greeting you with respect and I would like to express my appreciation to be with you in the award ceremony organised by Nida Trust officials who have set their hearts on education for many years.
Tarihin her döneminde zorluklarla, mücadeleyle, sabırla ve inançla anılan öğretmenlik mesleğinden bahsedildiğinde ilk aklımıza gelen önce sevgi, fedakarlık, merhamettir.
When mentoring teaching profession, which has been associated with difficulties, struggle, patience and faith in every period of the history, firstly love, self-devotion and mercy comes to our minds.
Öğretmenlerin dünyanın her yerinde sarf ettikleri büyük gayreti takdirle karşılıyoruz. Akla, sevgiye, barışa, güzel ahlaka ve sosyal adalete önem veren İslam dinine mensup evlatlarımızın hakkı olan mümtaz yerlere gelebilmesi öğretmenlerimizin o şefkatli yüreklerinden geçer.
We appreciate the efforts that teachers around the world have made. Our children who are members of Islam, which gives importance to wisdom, love, peace, social ethics and social justice, which will be in good positions thanks to their compassionate teachers.
Tüm dinler barışı, adaleti, kardeşliği, sevgiyi ve yardımlaşmayı önerir. Dinlerin amacı fert ve toplumu bozup dejenere etmek değil, aksine maddi ve manevi açıdan fıtratına uygun düzeye ulaştırıp yüceltmektir.
All the religions advise peace, justice, brotherhood, love, and helping each other. The aim of religions is not to degenerate the individuals and society. Rather, their aim is to carry out individuals and society to an appropriate level with her nature and to glorify them.
İslam dini hoşgörü, demokrasi, sevgi temelli ve insan haklarına saygılı bir dindir. Kelime anlamı barış olan İslam dininin prensipleri göz önünde tutulduğunda terör, şiddet ve anarşinin İslam'la uzaktan yakından ilişkisi olmadığı açıkça görülecektir. Bu nedenle İslam dininin öngördüğü doğru ve güzel davranışları bulundukları coğrafyada tüm insanlığa tanıtan siz değerli öğretmenlerimizden çocuklarımızı en iyi şekilde yetiştirmenizi bekliyoruz. İlim Çin'de de olsa gidip öğreniniz diyen Yüce Peygamberimizin ve kutsal kitabımız Kur'an-ı Kerim'in ilk emri olan oku ifadesiyle dinimizin nasıl büyük bir zenginlik olduğunu öğrencilerimize aktarmanızı temenni ediyoruz.
Islam is a religion of tolerance, democracy, love and human rights. Bearing in mind the principles of Islam, whose lexical meaning is peace, it is clearly seen that terror, violence and anarchy are not even close to Islam. Therefore, we are expecting that you will raise our children in a perfect way as the distinguished teachers who promote right and good behaviors proposed by Islam to all the humanity in every place you are in. We wish you teach our students how rich our religion is, in the words of our beloved Prophet ﷺ, saying, go and learn knowledge, even if it is in China, and the Holy Quran saying, read.
Bu mesuliyeti bugüne kadar olduğu gibi bundan sonra da hakkıyla taşıyacağınıza yürekten inanıyorum. Geleceğin liderlerini yetiştirecek öğretmenlerimize, bakanlığımız ve ülkemiz adına ben bir kez daha şükranlarımı sunuyorum.
I strongly believe that you will carry this responsibility properly, as you have done so far. I express again my gratitude to the teachers who will raise the future leaders on behalf of our ministry and country.
Son verirken, yaratıcılıklarıyla getirdikleri yeniliklerle, yetiştirdikleri öğrencilerle, herkese örnek olan eğitimcilerimiz ile çalışmalarımızın daha güçlü bir şekilde devam edeceğine inanıyor, ödül alan öğretmenlerimizi canı gönülden kutluyorum. Bu toplantıda emeği geçen ve bizleri bir araya getiren herkese tekrar teşekkür ediyorum.
While ending my speech, I believe that our work will continue to a more powerful manner with the educators who serve as model thanks to their creativity, innovation, and to the students which have been raised. I most sincerely congratulate the teachers who have got an award. I would like to thank every organization involved in this meeting and to bring us together. Thank you.
The National Muslim Teacher Creativity and Innovation Awards has been organised by NIDA Trust. What is NIDA Trust and what are its aims? To answer that question, I would like to invite the CEO of NIDA Trust to the stage, Brother Faisal Ali.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salam ala Sayyid al-Mursaleen, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Thank you very much for coming. And assalamu alaikum everyone. And welcome to our 2017 National Muslim Teachers Awards. So welcome to everyone. Jazakallah khairan. First of all, before I start, of course, you know, as there's a hadith of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, is that, you know, the person who does not thank another person who does not thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this wouldn't have happened without all the support and all the hard work that has been put in by a number of people. You know, there has been a lot of support and people have been very generous to us to make this event happen. Teachers are the people who create the future, and they need to be respected and valued. Unfortunately, in this country, for some reason, we are not doing that so much. So with that kind of objective, we have come out with this award celebration. It's to really celebrate the hard work of the people who are often unrecognized in the society. If teachers really believe that they can make that change, they can make that change in the most disadvantaged communities too. But unfortunately, we don't celebrate the success. So today is all about that. Before I continue with that, I want to just focus on what is it that we do as NIDA Trust. NIDA Trust is all about this. It's about this child looking ahead, but really doesn't know where the destination will hold them and where they will go. There needs to be somebody there to steer them over that sea or that river, that ocean, and that is that teacher. Of course, parents are always there. They will always provide that support. But the teacher is the one who steers them over that bridge and that sea and that ocean. And so it's all about how we ensure that our future generation here in the UK are ready for the world, are ready to take on the world, irrespective of the background that they're from. And that's our objectives. So where did NIDA Trust come from? NIDA Trust started in Hackney in 2005. But before that, there was a study done by Haji Mutallib, who was the vice chairman of the Education Scrutiny Board in Hackney, looking at tackling the underachievement of Turkish-speaking children. We started a project behind Azizia Mosque. You probably have come across, if you go to Azizia Mosque, there's a building there. We started a project there. And alhamdulillah, from that project, it became very successful. And we started working with local authorities and so forth. Then the idea came is how do we actually share these ideas across the country and in other areas? And that's where the NIDA Trust actually came from. The whole idea is that there's a need of tackling underachievement of a group of people who are underachieving severely. How do we raise their aspiration? How do we raise their achievement? How do we support them to move forward and they become an integrated member of the society? And so we developed from there, and NIDA Trust then went to different areas to start working on those projects. From our outset, we identified that there are 3 key indicators or factors that impact the learning of young people. They are the teachers, the parents, and the curriculum. So everything that we do is around those 3 areas. And the outcome is the impact on their children and those young people who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. People who are true to their historical legacy, but at the same time, a British citizen who is proud to be a British citizen, who is willing to protect to be a British citizen, who is willing to fight for the requirements and the needs of the country where is required. And that's the kind of thing that we want to actually develop here in NIDA Trust. In terms of teachers, what is it that we do? There are 3 areas of work that we focus on. First of all is awareness. We're trying to work with disadvantaged communities, disengaged communities, and communities who do not have a strong representation of teachers in state sectors and other sectors. We run a program called the UTICH program in partnership with various universities. We run community seminars to encourage people to become teachers, although teaching is not a very high-profile job. But we're trying to encourage people to get into the teaching profession. Once they're there, we help them to support with their training and development in conjunction with various universities and training organizations. After that, of course, they're ready for leadership. And so we have our leadership programs, such as the Accelerating Middle Leadership, Accelerating into Senior Leadership, and of course, our Head Teachers Forums, and so forth. These are all projects and structural projects that we have developed to capacity build the teachers over a period of time. As for the parents, there are 3 areas, again, we work on. Again, it's awareness. Now, we work our colleagues will agree, we work in an area where it is highlighted as one of the most disadvantaged area. Parental engagement is a big issue. So we do a lot of work around that, creating awareness and the importance of education in the community and working with the communities to do that. Empowering parents, developing parenting skills. At the moment we are seeing the dangers of all of that. We're seeing the growth of single parents and lack of parenting skills and the impact it has on their achievement. So there's a lot of work around empowerment and, of course, engagement. One of the areas that we are working on now is encouraging parents to become governors. That's one of the best way to impact and influence educational change. And that's what we're going to be doing a lot of, inshallah. In terms of the students, our work focus all around 3 areas, which is, again, engagement, leadership, and progression. With the engagement aspect, as I have mentioned earlier, is that to create young people who have got the leadership skills, but be very confident about who they are. Very confident about who they are. And assertive, not arrogant, very confident. And they are people who really have true self-belief. And they're able to engage with the structure and the democratic process of this country to bring about a positive change. We are seeing all the Brexit and all the other things that are happening. We need some really true leaders in this country to bring about a positive change, and so that we become world leaders again. So young people who's going to bring that change about. So with leadership combined with engagement. But of course, this leadership will not come through if they're unemployed, if they do not have a future to go to. So we do a lot of work with young people to help them, particularly ethnic minority communities, to help them to move into Russell Group universities and Oxbridge. And we know, some people will say, but university is not for everyone. But the reality is, and the fact is, you go to Russell Group University, you go to Oxbridge, you will be successful. We look at our cabinet and look how many of them are from Russell Group and Oxbridge. That's the fact. So we need to make sure that our young people are achieving their best and bringing about a positive change. So, in order to do that, of course, we have to work in partnership. And so we work in partnership with schools, with community centers, with voluntary organization, and now we are expanding into our international work. This February, we took 50 head teachers to Turkey to learn some of the things that are happening there, and also them exchanging here as well, learn from what we have. And I have to say, and I will say without any apologies, British education system is still one of the best education systems. Unfortunately, we've just been too bureaucratic. That's all, and we go through too many changes. But I'm proud to say that we are still one of the best education systems in the world. And we need to ensure that it happens and we share that good practice across the world. And we also learn from other people as well. In terms of the impact, this year, we have impacted, this is our direct impact of our programs. We have impacted approximately 2,000 people. Of course, the indirect impact is massive. Developing one head teacher has a direct impact on thousands of people. So indirect impact is massive. By 2018, we're looking at 4,000, and then 2020, we are looking at impacting 8,000 people. So we are in a growth stage, but we need your support on all of this. And by you coming today is a great support. So I come back to where I started from. It is about this child. This child is no ordinary child. This child is our leader. This child is our scholar. This child is our president. This child is our doctor. This child is our engineer. This child is our spiritual guide. How do we want that child to become? We can effect that change. And this is what Nida Trust is all about. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this evening. So once again, thank you very much to everyone and for all your support. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Okay, thank you very much. Jazakallah khair. Brother Faisal Ali, who's our CEO of Nida Trust. We have a spoken word performance up next by a young man who was a winner of the Nida Rising Star Awards in 2014. May I invite Amani Faris to the stage to perform his piece entitled, You See Me, But Do You Really?
Assalamu alaikum. It's a big crowd that we have here. Can I get the roof off this place? Assalamu alaikum. So today, I've got this poem I wrote not too long ago, actually, about 5 days ago. And it's called Break the Walls Down. Sometimes you gotta give your social high the explicit. Take a look at your moral compass. See if it's pointing north or pointing west. It's a wonder what you could do if you take a minute to turn south. They say going south is a bad thing. I say it's the unlocking of your true potential. Live on occasions. Feed off suspense given off by a suspended Silicon Valley wrapped signals and situations. Starstrike the stardom that steals your solitary obligations that come in a platoon once you follow through a few sit-rep protocols on a sign-up sheet that you had no clue on how to paint patented property across its small print written information. Feels like you're selling your soul for one shot at the straight road that has no deviations, thinking you could pull away from life that is full of hurdles and with a couple size devastations. Diverge deeply into the unknown. Why are we afraid of the foretold misfortune hidden in the world of every man that slacks a few zeros on the end of his payslip? Are you waiting for that one moment to open a door and see a little ore waiting for you to unlock the gold mine that's hidden within its grasp? Let me tell you this, there is no ore or hidden door, only coal and a hidden floor and a few walls that enclose your soul so tight that it's unthinkable to think right and unspeakable to speak out of pure might to shun the system. The legal education that is a gift to your so-called future of fortune and damning dignity. Man, screw the system. Its promises are the same lane of these pyramid schemes that pay the pay and pay the piper all in one go, that show you how to make money while you're trying to make money on the go. But you need to know, seriously, you need to know, worth isn't made from one glow of genius behind an office cubicle that is then processed to a higher person of the hierarchy, who soon then takes credit to see your narky face, sit back and think why that sparkle and damn debacle isn't part of your presence no more than it is the present. Status update. Now you're 35. On an average paycheck with a broken neck in terms of crystal meth, that's a few more than a couple hits and a mean sesh of grotesque-esque narcotics that knock you up a stage or two just to carry on the next day at daybreak, or a few haymakers away from a Hail Mary or three. Which is the pure reason why she throws a great game to see that shit fly away when 4 seconds of the fifth quarter, but you only got 1/6 of your bet. But I'll bet you to have 1/7 of a sentence given to you by the Supreme Court held on 8th Street during the high tide of obscure similarities of 9 people within a decade of 10th century. That builds on the coming 11th hour, my son. You got to look up before the clock strikes 12, because after that game plan, we're going haywire like Friday the 13th. Yet, you only know how a kid of 14 works his way to become the wingers on both flanks. That's number 15 and 16. If you aren't street smart in accordance to the contact sport, that'll get you up by 17. And by the time you turn legal, let's say 18, for those who follow the worldwide law, you know you'll be reckoning your decision by the time you're 19. Already before you know it, this shit's gone off the rails and you're 20. A kid on the way because you got married early, even though your plan was to hit up life like 21 Jump Street. And then you got caught in uni. And then you got sent to the 22nd biggest cell space, and by the time you're out, you're 23. Then what? You live your life like every other Tom, Dick, and Harry to still uphold some moral values written into your clothes, to one day be passed on to the unsuspecting innocents on the way. I know you guys saw that I had a message, but did you really see? When do we break the system? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amani. As part of Nither Trust's work with supplementary schools, 33 teachers completed the professional studies for supplementary schools earlier this year. Tonight, we will be presenting them with certificates to each one of those participants. To help present the certificates, may I invite back to the stage the chairman of Nither Trust, Haji Muttalib, and vice chair Haji Khalid Chowdhury, along with the CEO of TV1, Rizwan Hussain.
Okay, and the winners are Shopna Khalisdar, Yasmin Shahid, Halima Ilahi, Myra Hussain, Seher Mohsin, Sadiq Khan, Fareed Chowdhury, Abdul Wahid.
Mrs. Pat, Alia Akram, Ali Nasir, Abu Bakr Tazgal,
Could you come forward?
Tasnim Ilahi, Abida Imaduddin, Anam Malik, Rahnuma Islam, Aisha Ali, Mahat, Thama Muhammad.
Just if you stand here.
The winners are Amina Awad, Khatloom Said, Basma Shayan, Nasrallah Mahabeni, Syed Said, Sabah Said, Anisa Begum, Jamina Hassan, Safia Suleiman, Asha Naz, Shaida Khanum.
Stand a bit closer and get a picture in. Okay, a round of applause for our supplementary school teachers. Okay, in addition to supplementary school teachers, as part of NIDA Trust's commitment to youth leadership, we had 15 aspiring youth leaders who took part in a joint program between NIDA Trust and the Sunnah Trust called Servitude. Tonight, we will be presenting certificates to each of the participants. To help present the certificates, may I invite to the stage Baron Maurice Glassman and Professor Rajab Shenturk.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Safwan Ahmed and Sultan Ahmed. Mahmoud Seldon, Tahir Siddiq, and Omar Kemali, Mehzabin Azad, Ismail Ahmed, Hadi Muhammad, Bakhtawar Numan, and Daniel Ahmed. I congratulate all of them. Safwan. Who's Safwan? Yes. Congratulations.
Stand over here once you put your certificate. Stand at the back.
Daniel Ahmed.
Come over here, please.
Sultan Ahmed.
Mehzabin Azad. Congratulations. Hadi Muhammad.
Okay, round of applause for our servitude leaders.
Congratulations to them all. We now have a treat for you. NIDA Trust supports a group of talented children who use the power of their voices to spread the message of hope, love, and peace. Please give a warm welcome to the Voice of Peace Children's Choir. The choir has been working really hard rehearsing every week and performing at different events around London, including a brilliant performance at the London Muslim Lifestyle Show in Olympia last week.
They are nearly ready, mashallah. Our choir are absolutely amazing. They've been practicing for a long time. As has been mentioned, they perform at different events, charitable events around London. And I think what you all need to appreciate is that their message is focused around love, peace, and harmony. We're living in a very confused world. We've got our superpowers flexing their muscles. We've got people declaring war on each other. And you've got some people who unfortunately have hijacked the Islamic faith. And instead of promoting peace, are promoting something that's very ugly. So what our choir are doing, and this choir is supported by so many people, and it's something that has been launched by NIDA Trust, meets and sings about peace. So what you'll find today, there are 3 songs that will be talking about peace around the world, and will also be talking about love. Love for humanity, love of God, and love of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I can promise you it will touch your heart as it touches our hearts, my heart, every time I listen to them. So please enjoy.
I wish for you, I wish for me, I wish for all the ones who live in harmony.
Wasn't that brilliant? Let's show them another round of applause. I think this is a good time to also thank their parents who are here tonight. You may have seen them, who have demonstrated huge commitment to developing creativity in their children. So let's show them a round of applause as well. We would like to show our appreciation to these young people by presenting them with a medal. And to present the medals, may I ask Zafar Ashraf, the Executive Director of the Yusuf Islam Foundation, to come forward.
Step forward. Well done, mashallah. That's nice. Are you all from the same school?
Okay, a final round of applause for the Voice of Peace Children's Choir.
Now we shall proceed with our first set of awards: Science and Technology, Business and Enterprise, Sports and Pastoral Care. Before we announce the shortlisted nominees, I would like to invite the following individuals to come on stage to announce the winners. Anisur Rahman, DG World. Funda Kajibikli, Director of the Turkish Education Ministry. Fadi Tani, Qatar Charity. Dr. Ahmed Dubayan, Director of the Islamic Cultural Center in London. Mustafa Orsoy from Azizia Restaurant. Rashid Dewan, Chairman of Muslim Care. Nazmul Tarabdar from Aziz Foundation. And Haji Omar. And 4 of our judges: Dame Anna Hassan, Bushra Nasser, Muhammad Akram Khan Chima, and Tahmida Kalam. Let us proceed with the nominations.
The nominations for the category of Science and Technology are Yusuf Itani from Kelmscott School, Nazmul Haq from Darul Hadith Latifia, Shazia Hafiz from Apex Primary School,
Third place, Shazia Hafiz.
Second place award, Nazmul Haq.
Science and Technology, first place, Yusuf Itani.
Congratulations, thank you very much. Now moving on to the Business and Enterprise Awards. Can the third prize be announced?
The nominations for the category of Business and Enterprise are Saima Judge from Oasis Academy Hadley, Ebru Chakir from Kelmscott School, Anubhav Gautam from Islamia Girls School,
Sister Saima Judge. Is that correct? MashaAllah.
Is Anubhav Gautam.
Ebru Chakir.
Congratulations and thank you very much. And now the sports nominations.
The nominations for the category of Sports are Mohammed Shafi from Brondesbury College. Aisha Hodgson from Apex Primary School. Abdul Ahmed from Tower Hamlets Youth Sports Foundation.
Assalamu alaikum. It's my great pleasure to hand out one of the awards this evening, and this is the category of sport, an area perhaps where our children are not pushed as much as they possibly could be. We've got a lot of talent in sport, and it's very important that we encourage our children in sport to do with health and well-being and fitness. So with great pleasure, in the third place for the sports category is Melanie Aisha Hodgson.
In second place, we have Abdul Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum. The first place award goes to Mohammed Shafi.
Congratulations to the sports category. Now moving on to the Pastoral Care Awards.
The nominations for the category of Pastoral are Shafika Mehmet from Kelmscott School. Haroon Butt from Al Noor Primary School. Rabia Qayyum from Buxton School.
Third place in the category of Pastoral Care goes to Haroon Butt.
The second place award goes to Safika Mehmet.
First place, Rabia Qayyum.
Congratulations to our Pastoral Care category. Thank you very much.
I'm here with Ebru Chakir from Chelmscott School, who has just won the Business and Enterprise Awards here at the National Muslim Teachers Creativity and Innovation Awards. Ebru, fantastic. How are you feeling?
Thank you very much. I am quite shocked actually right now. I don't know what to say. It's a big surprise. I know I was nominee, but I wasn't expecting this.
So what sorts of things do you do at your school that managed to win you this wonderful award?
I teach business and economics. I'm also head of business studies. I love my subject. I guess that's the main thing. And I love my students.
It's a brilliant effort, Mohammed. Well done. I'm sure you work very, very hard at your school. What's your favorite sport? What do you do?
I mean, it's not my favorite sport. It's the only sport that I personally take part in the school is Olympic freestyle wrestling.
And why did you start wrestling at Brondesbury?
I mean, I have to dedicate this prize to Mr. Muhammad Abdi, because he used to be the old PE teacher at the school. So one day my brother came home and I was training wrestling and these type of things, and then he said, like, our teacher takes us inside the prayer hall to do wrestling. So I got interested in youth work and things like this, so then I went to the school, and he's the one that really opened the doors for me there.
Rabia, pastoral care is so important, isn't it? Looking after the young people that go to our schools. Tell me a bit about the sorts of things that you have to deal with each day.
So I work in a school in East London. I teach science, but I'm head of year 11s. So every single day it's challenging in terms of the data analysis, dealing with behaviour, making sure that the stress isn't getting to the children, making sure that you motivate them to do well for their GCSEs. It is really, really challenging, yeah.
What are some of the sorts of things you do to try and look after these young people at Buxton?
There's loads of numerous strategies. A lot of it is number crunching, but organising them into different groups, making sure they get the best tailored sort of intervention for them so they can progress well.
Mashallah, it's actually a wonderful award to get, the Pastoral Award. It shows just how much you're caring for the young people, Muslim, non-Muslim, whoever goes to your school, and it's wonderful to see. So Jazakallah khairan and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with the second place winner of the Sports Award, Abdullah Ahmed from Tower Hamlets Sports Foundation. And you're working for a charity to try and introduce a lot of sport into that community, aren't you, Abdullah?
Yeah, we're working in Tower Hamlets with all the primary and secondary schools where we're developing school sports. And that ranges from, curriculum PE to after-school clubs and district sports over the weekend.
And why is it so important that these young people are introduced to sports?
It's part of the childhood learning. It's so much more than just taking the ball and kicking it out there on the field. It introduces discipline, it introduces a healthy lifestyle, but most of all, it gives the individual a confidence.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm here with Shafiqa Mehmet from Kelmscott School, who's also been awarded an award in pastoral care. And it really is quite a difficult job, isn't it, Shafiqa, trying to look after these young people and keep them on the right path?
It is. I mean, you get faced with different challenges every day, but I think the passion and the motivation is knowing that you're making a difference at the end of it, and you've got those pupils that rely on you to make a difference.
And we hope that NIDA Trust actually, by giving you an award, shows that it's not just the students who appreciate what you're doing, it's actually the whole of society, everybody. I mean, it's a wonderful effort. You're a Muslim teacher, but you're not just looking after Muslim pupils. Is that important to teach in a school that's mixed and to be able to sort of share your care with all of the students?
I think so. It's about providing an equal education for all and ensuring that everyone has access to that and striving after school as well.
Well, that's brilliant. Well done. Congratulations and keep up the good work. Thanks.
We have another treat for you tonight. If you enjoy listening to nasheeds, particularly Moroccan nasheeds, then you will definitely enjoy what is coming next. Can I ask you all, please, to give a warm welcome to the Al Noor Moroccan Nasheed Group.
Allah, ya Allah, Allah, ya Allah, Allah, ya Allah, Allah, ya الوجوه ضراعة وهو العزيز ولا عزيزا سواه العبد لمولاه لا يعرف إلا هو العبد لمولاه لا يعرف إلا هو يا عادلي لا تكثر الله هو الله الله هو الله العبد لمولاه ثم انجل معناه سر بدا مجلاه ثم انجل معناه ما في البرايا طرا إن حققت إلا هو
العبد لمولاه لا يعرف إلا هو العبد لمولاه لا يعرف إلا هو يا عدولي لا تكثر الله هو الله الله هو الله آياته قد جلت معنى عليه دلت آياته قد جلت معنى عليه دلت وبالتجلي دلت الله ما أحلاه العبد لمولاه لا يعرف إلا هو العبد لمولاه لا يعرف إلا هو يا عدولي لا تكثر الله هو الله الله هو الله الله الله الله الله الله لا إله إلا الله أتيناك بالفقر يا ذا الغنى وأنت الذي لم تزل محسنا الله الله الله الله الله الله لا إله إلا الله فيا رب صل على المصطفى صلاة تكون أمانا لنا الله الله الله الله الله لا إله إلا الله الله الله كريم الله رحيم الله دائم يا هو دائم يا هو الله الله كريم الله رحيم الله دائم يا هو دائم يا هو صلوا على هذا النبي الهاشمي مطلبي أحمد زكي النسائي من وصفه في الكتب يا ألواتي نكثروا من ذكره وأبشروا يا ألواتي نكثروا من ذكره وأبشروا بكل خير بشروا كل محب للنبي صلوا على هذا النبي الهاشمي المطلبي صلوا على هذا النبي الهاشمي المطلبي أحمد زكي النسائي من وصفه في الكتب
بما أتاكم فاعملوا بما أتاكم فاعملوا وعن طريقي سلوا وعن سواه فاعزلوا فإنه خير نبي
صلوا على هذا النبي الهاشمي المطلب النسب من وصفه في الكتب.
يا ربي إكراما لمن جعلته مكرما صل عليه دائما صل عليه دائما وآله وصحبه.
صلوا على هذا النبي الهاشمي المطلبي. صلوا على هذا النبي الهاشمي المطلبي. أحمد زكي النسب من وصفه في الكتب. ما ترضى بغير الله حبا فلا ترضى بغير الله حبا. كل شيء ما دونه سراب كل شيء ما دونه سراب. فلا ترضى بغير الله حبا فلا ترضى بغير الله حبا. كل شيء ما دونه سراب كل شيء ما دونه قلبي لك مملو غرام يا حبيبي. أنت والصحب الكرام يا طبيبي. قلبي لك مملو غرام يا حبيبي. أنت والصحب الكرام يا طبيبي. منايا منايا أسلم عليهم وقبل يديهم يا حبيبي. وقبل يديهم يا حبيبي. يا مجيب الدعوات اقبل دعانا وزدنا من الطاعات وارزقنا الجنان. يا مجيب الدعوات اقبل دعانا وزدنا من الطاعات وارزقنا الجنان. اغفر خطايانا واحفظنا وارعانا. اغفر خطايانا واحفظنا وارعانا. وزدنا إيمانا يا مولانا. قلبي لك مملو غرام يا حبيبي. أنت والصحب الكرام يا طبيبي. قلبي لك مملو غرام يا حبيبي. أنت والصحب الكرام يا طبيبي. منايا منايا أسلم عليهم وقبل يديهم يا حبيبي. وقبل يديهم يا حبيبي. مولد حبيب محمد أطهار الأنوار. نوره كان غيدا للكفار. مولد حبيب محمد أطهار الأنوار. نوره كان غيظا للكفار. قام بحفظه صحابة الكرام أبو بكر علي عمر عثمان. قام بحفظه الصحابة الكرام أبو بكر علي عمر عثمان. نرجو الله الغفار الوحيد القهار. نرجو الله الغفار الوحيد القهار أن ينصر هذا الدين رغم الملحدين.
أن ينصر هذا الدين رغم الملحدين.
يا غفار نحن بك آمنا وبرسولك المختار صدقنا.
يا غفار نحن بك آمنا وبرسولك المختار صدقنا.
فاغفر لنا مولانا واعف عنا وارزقنا يا رب الفوز بالجنة.
فاغفر لنا مولانا واعف عنا وارزقنا يا رب الفوز بالجنة.
محمد قد آتانا بالقرآن، القرآن منزل من عند الرحمن.
محمد قد آتانا بالقرآن، القرآن منزل من عند الرحمن.
نور آياته ضاءت الأكوان، طلت علينا بشائر من كل زمان.
نور آياته ضاءت الأكوان، طلت علينا بشائر من كل مكان.
نرجو الله
الغفار الوحيد القهار، نرجو الله الغفار الوحيد القهار أن ينصر هذا الدين رغم الملحدين، أن ينصر هذا الدين رغم الملحدين.
الشمس والقمر
والليل
والصبح والنهر
والبحر
يسبح المولى.
الشمس والقمر
والليل
والصبح والنهر
والبحر
يسبح المولى. الله الله الله خالقها رازقها، الله خالقها. الله الله الله خالقها رازقها، الله خالقها. يا مولانا يا ربي يا ربي منك الشفاعة، هذا مطلبي هذا مطلبي.
أنت المرتجى
يوم السحاب،
اغفر لنا
يا رب الأنام. أنت المرتجى
يوم السحاب،
اغفر لنا
يا رب الأنام.
اغفر لنا يا مولانا، اغفر لنا يا مولانا منك الشفاعة. يا ربي يا ربي هذا مطلبي هذا مطلبي هذا مطلبي.
جزاكم الله خيرا.
MashaAllah, Jazakallah khair to the Al Noor Moroccan and Syrian Nasheed group, MashaAllah. Well done to them.
We are now going to hear from our first keynote speaker, a dear friend of ours, an English academic, social thinker, life peer in the House of Lords, and senior lecturer at the London Metropolitan University. With the greatest pleasure, please give a very warm welcome to Baron Maurice Glassman.
Assalamu alaikum. It's hard to be, you know, I used to be a musician, so it's hard to go on afterwards. So I speak to you tonight as a very lonely person. First of all, I'm a Labour politician, so thank you. Secondly, I support Tottenham Hotspur. and only Faisal could get me to miss the semi-final. But now I'm grateful because we lost. And thirdly, I speak to you also from the Jewish tradition. That's really lovely. Sometimes Tottenham and Judaism compete in my heart, so I do go occasionally on Saturdays. But what I wanted to say was tonight it brought back to me again what the Need of Trust is about, calling communities together. So our prophet is Moses, and we call him Moshe Rabbeinu. We call him not the prophet Moses, we call him Moses the teacher. And teaching is also an attribute of God. My mother, when I was very naughty when I was young, which was often, she used to say, Rabbeinu Shalot, teacher of the world, that God was the teacher of the world, and to attend to that. So I would say that as regards my community, we've done very well in terms of education. It's deeply embedded our community, but we have a great deal to learn from you about the importance of relationships. And to be here today is a reminder of real friendships, to Khalid Chaduri, but particularly to Faisal, to Baba, who we've been rolling out of Hackney now for many, many years. Haven't we, Mr. Unlaw? We've gone all the way down the road. We started the first of these at the Azizia Mosque, and then we got down to the Suleimania Mosque, and then somehow we took a left turn and ended up in West London. But it's still closer to Chelsea, but that's okay. So what I wanted to say really is that as well as education, which is vital, what the Need of Trust does is build friendships. And friendships are going to be very necessary now, because what I sense in the country and the world is that people are beginning to fear. And one of the things that they're fearing is Islam. They fear the violence and they fear attack. And what I always say to people when they raise this to me politically, and I also want to say how lovely it is to see Dr. Abdul Bari. We worked together many, many years ago on living wage. And remember the anti-usury campaign that we did? And we actually got it through the first time since the 17th century in England, that there's been a limit on interest rates. And that's something I haven't forgotten that we worked on very hard together on the streets of Whitechapel. But what I say to people, and what I say to people always, and what brings me enormous, you spoke earlier, the penny appeal was fantastic, and he spoke earlier about compassion, and he spoke about mercy. And it's an enormous source of compassion and mercy to me that the Need of Trust exists, because whenever anybody challenges the good heart of Islam, I always refer them to Faisal. I always refer them to the work of the Need of Trust. And whenever that happens, there's a transformation of the heart. There's something beautiful happens. And they recognize the truth, and people must recognize the truth, that Islam will raise us, that Islam is a beautiful thing that will raise all of us up, because it has a beautiful conception of what a human being is and how education and family and belief can raise us all. So once again, although my football team lost, although I couldn't see the game, my heart is full of gratitude, always, to Faisal, to Baba, to you, to Mr. Unlaw, to Mr. Chaduri, to everybody who runs the Need of Trust, because you bring an enormous blessing, more than you can imagine. You said with the penny appeal, small changes, big difference. And that is the truth of it. What you do here with the Need of Trust is you bring, through all the things you do, an elevation to the life of the country. We don't need more citizenship and less Islam. We need the two to grow together. And the vision that you have of that is a beautiful thing. So thank you again for the invitation. Thank you for letting me sleep, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Baron Maurice Glassman, a dear friend of ours. Thank you so much for those kind words. Okay, we're now going to move on and proceed to the second set of awards this evening, inshallah, the Quran, Arabic, Islamic Studies and Citizenship Awards. Before we announce the shortlisted nominees, please can I invite the following individuals to come on stage to announce the winners. Brother Mushfiq Ahmed from the Ibrahim College, Brother Ahmed Al-Shayba, who is an educational consultant from the UAE, Brother Nazrul Ali from Kanz Arabic, Dr. Ahmed Makhdoom, Director of Muslim World League, Muhammad Zakir and Rashid Ali from Rise Academy, Brother Najmi Akçay from the Turkish Diyanet, Brother Iqbal Nasim from the National Zakat Foundation, Dr. Isam, who is from Kuwait, and Hafiza Maria, who you heard from earlier on, and 4 of our judges, Baron Maurice Glassman, Dr. Abdullah Shahin, Dr. Musharraf Hussain, and Dr. Muhammad Abdul Bari. So just to run through again, Brother Mushfiq Ahmed, Nazrul Ali, Dr. Ahmed Makhdoom, Muhammad Zakir, Rashid Ali, Najmi Akçay, Iqbal Nasim, Dr. Isam, Hafiza Maria, and our judges, Baron Maurice Glassman, Dr. Abdullah Shahin, Dr. Musharraf Hussain, and Dr. Muhammad Abdul Bari. Okay, I think we can now proceed with the nominations.
The nominations for the category of Quran are Hasina Kalik from Karima Supplementary School, Hafiz Anhar Ahmed from Darul Hadith Latifia, Mohammed Kamal Uddin from Rise Academy.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Hafiz Anhar Ahmed, first place award of Quran.
Second place goes Hasina Khalik.
And third place goes to Muhammad Kamal Uddin.
Okay, mashallah, well done to those who have won the Quran competition winners. Thank you. Let us now proceed with the Arabic nominations.
The nominations for the category of Arabic are Afaf Nashid from Islamia Primary School, Suhad Khalil from Al Arabiya School, Ehsan Emrit from Al Noor Primary School,
Rahim. In third place for Arabic language, we have Ehsan Emrit.
In second place, we have Suhad Khalil.
In the first place, we have Afaf Nasheed.
MashaAllah, congratulations for the Arabic winners. We can now proceed with the Islamic Studies nominations.
The nominations for the category of Islamic Studies are Sanel Abdurrahman Haskich from Apex Primary School, Yusuf Mullah and Muhibbur Rahman from Al Noor Primary School, Zara Patel from Kuwait Education Centre,
Joint third place award goes to Yusuf Mullah and Muhibbur Rahman.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm very pleased to see that Nida Trust has introduced a separate category this year, recognizing the distinctive role that teaching and learning of Islam plays in our communities. So we have just heard from our first keynote speaker, from his Jewish heritage, how the divine is depicted as teacher. Of course, in Islamic tradition, we know that the Quran opens, the very first chapter of the Quran recognizes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the teacher par excellence of all worlds. So Rabbul Alameen, where our word tarbiyah, education, comes from, is actually enshrined within the very first chapter. I would say from the very heart of the divine message in the Quran. So I'm very pleased to announce now the second place award for Islamic study that goes to Sister Zahra Patel.
Assalamu alaikum. Pleasure to announce the first place award to Sanel Abdurrahman Haskis.
MashaAllah, well done to the Islamic Studies teachers. We can now proceed with the shortlisted nominations for citizenship.
The nominations for the category of citizenship are Shaheen Ahmed from Lambeth Academy, Zahira Navlahi Ahmed from Al Noor Primary School, Mohammed Yasser from London Islamic School,
for citizenship is Zahira Navlaki Ahmed.
The second place citizenship award goes to Shaheen Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum. Now, finally, first place, Mohammed Yasser.
MashaAllah, well done to all the citizenship teachers.
Dan from High Wycombe, do you enjoy teaching Quran?
I do, I really enjoy it. I started off as a student myself, sorry, at the same supplementary school. So it's been running for 12 years and I was one of the first students there. So alhamdulillah, I've now got my own class, so it's something really good.
And what effect do you think it has on your students?
I think being quite a young teacher, if I call myself, they see that young students are involved within the community and it motivates other people to be able to do the same thing.
Congratulations, how do you feel?
Thank you so much. Jazakumullahu khairan. Barakallahu feekum.
And why do you like teaching Islamic studies so much, Yusuf?
Personally, for myself, I think Islamic studies is the best role. I mean, not only do you prepare them for this world, but you're preparing them for the hereafter as well. So essentially, you're preparing them for a dual role. And ultimately, our goal is the hereafter. So we're teaching them one of the best subjects there is.
MashaAllah, wonderful answer. You're both here together, though, so you've won it jointly. Why is that?
It's because I'm the Islamic Studies teacher for reception and for year 1, and Brother Yusuf here teaches Islamic Studies for year 3 onwards up to year 6.
So have you devised a program that covers all the way through? You've done a scheme of work that takes it all the way through?
We have a yearly term, we have a mid-term, and we have a short-term plan, which is daily. We have a lesson plan daily. Yeah.
MashaAllah. And what's your favourite bit about teaching, would you say, Yusuf?
I think it's inspiring them, and that look on their face when they've learnt something new, and that feeling you get yourself as well afterwards when you realise that they've learnt something new, they've learnt something about the deen, and it's a brilliant feeling. You know, put everything aside, it's the best feeling in the world when you've taught something new to a child.
Zahira, congratulations. What school are you from?
Al Noor Primary.
Oh, you're from Al Noor as well. They've done very well at this event tonight, which is fantastic. What sorts of things do you teach when it comes to citizenship?
Well, we teach children everything they need to know about life and being a good citizen, and especially in the current climate, about children knowing what they need to know about being good people, about helping others, community, and the world at large.
And that would link very nicely to Islam, really, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, Muslims have a very important role in citizenship at the moment, so it's really important that we teach them about their identity and about what they can give to others around them, whether they're Muslims or not.
I'm with Shaheen Ahmed, and he has won second place for teaching citizenship. But Shaheen, you're not teaching it at a school, are you? Just explain how that works.
So I done my PGC in citizenship at the IUE, but mainly I think this award was nominated for the work that I'm doing with Sunnah Trust, which is a small community organisation where we do various grassroots work. So youth leadership is one. We do a monthly food bank. We do mentoring projects, academic tuition and so forth. So it's mainly to do with that.
And where are you based?
We're in Tower Hamlets, so mainly in Tower Hamlets.
And do you think that these young people in Tower Hamlets, talking to them about citizenship, is that an easy thing to sell them? Is that an easy thing to get across to them, or is that difficult?
I personally think from my past experience in schools, it's quite difficult teaching citizenship in itself. If it's not taken seriously by the kids, sometimes the whole school policy, if there's not much emphasis. But in terms of wider community, I think citizenship is as important. And we try and do various works with leaderships, colleges, where we try and give our students the background from family life, school life, having basically a holistic view of citizenship. I think is very important.
Zahra Patel is with me now from Preston, all the way down to London, from Quwwatul Islam in Preston, and she's won second place for Islamic Studies. It's fantastic. Why do you enjoy teaching Islamic Studies?
I think it allows for a lot of creativity actually, because you can take themes and subjects that have been covered from 1400 years and apply today's pedagogy to them and apply today's creativity in arts and crafts and whatnot to them. It just allows a lot of freedom and fun for the students and for me as a teacher.
But you're teaching it through Islamic Studies. How do the boys and the girls take that? Do they enjoy it?
Well, I'm a passionate believer of changing Islamic Studies as it is taught. We need to relook and rethink the system, really. Look at the Prophet ﷺ and how Islamic Studies is not just an isolated subject, but it really goes into every single subject, and we need to branch it out, really.
Afaf Nashed is with me from Islamia Primary School, and she has won first place for teaching Arabic. MashaAllah. You must be very proud.
Yes, I am.
And why do you think it's so important to teach young children in Britain Arabic?
I love children, number one. Number two, they need to learn Arabic. Some people are Arab and they need to learn Arabic, and because it's the language of Quran. So
And do you find that the students enjoy learning Arabic and enjoy accessing the Quran in that way?
yes, yes, they enjoy and they love me and I love them.
Congratulations, it's a fantastic achievement.
It's a pleasure for NIDA Trust recognizing our achievement and what the teachers go through, and especially for the unsung heroes. And this is dedicated to them. Some of them couldn't make it here, or some of them could not be recognized. So I would like to dedicate this award to them as well, to the unsung heroes.
We are now going to hear from our second keynote speaker, another dear friend of ours, former executive head teacher, recognized nationally for her work in turning around failing inner city schools, and education consultant involved in a wide range of programs and organizations. Please give a very warm welcome to Dame Anna Hassan.
Good evening, and thank you for the great honor of being able to address you. I don't know if you know a lot about me, but my family are Italian, and I was brought up in a very strict Italian family. My husband, who last week we celebrated our 46th wedding anniversary, is... I don't know how he's put up with me. We celebrate is a Turkish Muslim. And for 46 years, I've been very blessed, and I think so has he. So, I'm going to talk to you mostly about leadership. So in Italy, we say tutto il mondo è paese. So that means the whole world is a town. And so it is. In this day and age, there's a lot of ignorance. So for example, when my husband first went to Northern Ireland, and they said, your name is unusual, never mind the Italian name, but the Turkish name, Muslim name was unusual. And someone said to me, Hassan, oh, what does that mean? And my husband said, I am a Muslim. And the person said, one of our customers said, are you a Catholic Muslim or a Protestant one? So you can imagine, and that still happens today. People are the most important assets we have in life. Material things, ambitions, hopes, and dreams mean nothing if we can't share them and learn alongside our peers. We can only aspire to this through remembering and reminding the whole community that we have been created by a superior being, whom I know as God, you know as Allah, praise be with him, and who gave us many precious gifts, the most important of which is the ability to make choices and develop our learning through the decisions we make. The choices we have made are about education and making it the best we can for our children and future generations. Being an educator is not a job, it's a vocation. A vocation is a commitment for life, and each and every one of us here has made this commitment. Some leaders are born, some are made, but as educators and teachers, you are all leaders who allow your whole school communities, and I include children and pupils and learners, to be leaders in their own right. As leaders in education, this can only happen in the right setting, providing everyone has been valued, nurtured, respected, supported, and given the opportunity to practice within a safe environment. And that is where you all come in. Look for the strengths in people. Skills can be learnt, but most importantly, try to support everyone in recognizing their attributes, which are innate and often hidden from themselves, not recognized by others, and never celebrated, as we're celebrating tonight. These attributes are often hidden because they depend on embedded beliefs, self-esteem, family values and morals, and of course the history of personal diversity, i.e., who and what has made me who I am. It is about courage and confidence to flourish and be nourished and develop with the right people at the right time and in the right environment. I was delighted to be a part of the judging panel for the awards for literacy, numeracy and arts. Each and every one was excellent and made the judging really, really hard. I know they say that at the Oscars, but it was really hard for me. I would have awarded everyone first place, but life often isn't fair. The submissions were exciting, interesting, and made me wish that I was about 20 years, if only younger, because I would have wanted to work with each and every one of these people at my schools. What I can say is that the schools that you all teach in and lead are in good hands, and the future for all our pupils looks extremely bright. You are all potential heads and leaders. Just imagine how many schools and lives you're influencing now and in the future. You are the movers and shakers of our society. Teaching, leading is hard, but can you tell me of any job that's done properly that isn't hard? Never judge anyone without actually getting to know and understand the whole person. Children have taught me never to make on the spur of the moment judgments about reasons for anyone's behaviour patterns, culture, work ethos and learning ambitions. When the climate is right for each individual, they never cease to amaze me with the potential that they have and used. The key strengths of good leaders rests on the ability to work with and listen to people and have confidence in your own decision and trust your instincts. I often wonder exactly who nourishes who is learning from who, but does it really matter as long as we make things better for the future generations of leaders? I sincerely would like to thank Nida Trust for this wonderful evening and the other people who supported it. It is an honour to be able to work with such good, honest and caring members of our community. Our society could learn a lot from them. I'm humbled by their focus, their goodwill and dogged determination to innovate and make our schools better for our children and families. I, in my old age, have learnt a lot from these wonderful people. I'm of Italian background, as you know, and we Italians are not very well known for our calmness and knowing when to speak out when it's appropriate. However, I've watched and listened to people like Faisal and our other board of directors and learnt from their example. And I think I'm a bit more serene in my manner. So I think we need to fight for what is right, and what is better than to fight for our learners and our future, however hard or however serene we do it. I'd like to thank you very much for this evening. It has been fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dame Anna Hassan, very good friend of ours, always willing to help us and join any sort of panel of judges for the awards that we run. MashaAllah. So let's proceed now with the final set of awards. And they've been waiting a while, so thank you for your patience. For literacy, numeracy, and the arts. Before we announce the shortlisted nominees, please can I invite the following individuals to help give out the awards. Brother Kamal Chowdhury from AMC Trust, Emek Oneshmek from the Education Attaché, Turkish Education Attaché, Brother Rajab Ercan from iTouch Foods, Brother Mehmet Kosh, Director of Presidency of Turkish People Abroad and Related Communities, Dr. Mahmoud Karakush, Director of the Yunus Emre Center, Professor Rajab Shenturk, and also our judges, Dr. Lynn Haynes, Lubna Khan, and Amani Faris. Okay, let us proceed with the nominations for literacy.
The nominations for the category of literacy are Nadeem Hussain from Jamiatul Aloom Al Islamia, Aisha El Muntessa from Dixon's Manningham Primary School, Bradford, Muzammil Saeed from Islamia Primary School.
Third place, Aisha El Muntessa.
Literacy Award for the second place goes to Muzammil Saeed.
First place in the category of literacy for Nadeem Hussain.
Congratulations to our literacy teachers. Let us now proceed with the nominations for numeracy.
The nominations for the category of numeracy are Sumaya Mukaddam from the Olive School, Hackney, Aisha Choksi from Islamia Primary School, Mohammed Shahid Ahmed from London Islamic School.
Third place goes to Sumaya Mukaddam.
Second place goes to Aisha Choksi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The first place award goes to Mohammed Shahid Ahmed.
MashaAllah, congratulations to our numeracy teachers. Last but not least, let's hear the nominations for the arts.
The nominations for category of arts are Abdullah Yusuf Santiago from Olive Tree School, Abdusalam Basu from Islamia Primary School, Nosheen Asmalal from Cardiff Sixth Form College,
Third place, Abdullah Yusuf Santiago.
Second place goes to Nosheen Asmalal.
I'm sure there will be very many happy young people in the back. First place for arts goes to Abdul Salam Baso.
MashaAllah, congratulations to the art teachers and a round of applause to all of the winners.
Aisha Choksi, who has won second place for the Numeracy Award here at the Muslim Teachers Awards. What school are you from, Aisha?
I'm from Islamia Primary School.
And do you really enjoy teaching maths, teaching numeracy?
Oh, I'm really inspired by the subject since I was a child, and I really thoroughly enjoy it. It's like it runs in my blood.
Yes. And why do you think it's important to teach creatively and with innovation?
Because, you know, what we need to do for our younger generation is to teach them the conceptual and the procedural way of learning. And the only way of doing that, the only way of creating that conceptual and procedural fluency is to give them a variety of resources, a variety of hands-on activities to make learning exceptionally fun for them. And when children learn in a fun way, they remember it and they sustain it and it stays embedded in the head. So I think that it's very important, it's pivotal to be innovative in teaching and learning.
Sumaya Mukaddam is with me now. She's won 3rd place for the Numeracy Awards here at the Teachers' Awards ceremony. Sumaya, congratulations. Have you always wanted to be a maths teacher, a numeracy teacher?
Well, I'm actually a primary teacher, so it's one of the very many subjects I teach. But I believe it's one of those subjects that basically makes a lot of teachers, if not students, put their heads down and not always seen to be the most creative of subjects. So my teaching style is to make sure that we see those faces of enthusiasm in a numeracy lesson and inshallah get really good grades in our lessons.
So how do you do that? That's what everybody out there wants to know. How do you make it interesting? How do you make it fun?
Well, I'm fortunate enough to work with young children who absolutely adore role play, so introducing that into a lesson proves very successful.
So why is it so important to get young people to read?
Yeah, it's very important because I'm teaching new to English, and they are coming in our school without English at all, zero English, and because they are not even developed in their country, usually, or most of them, they are coming from Syria, Somalia and Sudan, and because they are suffering a lot there in their country, so I'm providing them with starting with them from the scratch, and they are never developed in their country, or some of them they never been in school before, so.
It's a great challenge.
Yeah, great challenge for them and for me as well. And after 6 or 7 months, they will standing in front of the whole school in the assembly, and they are reading and writing, and the joy they feel.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
You're teaching art and you're teaching the arts. Why is that important for young people to learn?
I mean, it's how you everyone is has that area, of the mind which is creative, and we need to obviously, we need to expand that, and one of the ways in doing that is through the arts, so you can be creative and spontaneous, and use your abilities, so it's.
What mediums do you concentrate on in your lessons?
Yeah, I mean, we try as much as possible to mix it up, I mean, you can go from, you're just using, pencil, crayons, but we try to incorporate 3D, and any sort of media, anything that, I mean, children are like that. The more experimental it becomes, the more fun they have, so if it involves painting and mess,
they love it.
Yeah, so.
I'm with Abdul Salam Basu. Now, I'm sure you've seen him performing beautifully with his Nasheed group as part of the ceremony, and also, of course, conducting the children's choir. So, mashallah, it's no surprise that you've been awarded the 1st place award when it comes to the arts. Mashallah, it's fantastic.
Thank you. Jazakumullah khairan. Yeah, it's alhamdulillah. That's with hard work, alhamdulillah, and with support of a teacher and the school and parents as well. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, that's something we need to focus on, because as Muslims we need to go out there and show how Islam is beautiful.
I'm with Noshi Asmalal. What school are you from, Noshi?
I'm from Cardiff Sixth Form College in Wales.
In Wales. So you've travelled up from Wales today. Fantastic. And you've been awarded 2nd place for the arts. What's your specialty? What do you do?
Well, actually, I'm head of maths, but I run the college drama group, and we put on productions every year. Yeah.
MashaAllah. So what sorts of productions do you do?
So we've done Aladdin, Lion King, Mulan. So it's getting these kids involved, getting them up on stage, developing their confidence, which is amazing.
And what's the sort of makeup of your sixth form college? Or what types of young people go there?
So it's a high achieving college. So these are the students who want to go into engineering, they want to go to Cambridge, they want to go to Oxford. But then they also want amazing personal statements, obviously. And everyone has their work experience, everyone has good grades, but they now have something extra because they have something artistic, something different, which makes them seem like an all-rounded person and develops their confidence. And I've had students who, when they first come and they've auditioned, they've been so shy that they were like, please, I don't want to audition in front of everyone. But then at the end, they're one of the main roles in the production.
Congratulations, Muzammil. What were some of the biggest challenges when you were trying to set up this literacy program at your school?
One of the biggest challenges was trying to create a shift in the culture of the school. I mean, because we had to bring all of the teachers on board and get all of the children, all of the classes engaged on the same system that we believed in. So once we were able to sell our vision to the teachers, they were able to pass it on to the children.
So this award's a real management award. It's not just about you helping individuals, it's about you helping teachers as well. Islamia Primary is a high-performing school, though, so you couldn't have had to have done too much. I mean, the children must have been doing pretty well.
Yeah, the children were doing well, but there's always, a greater standard to aim for. And it's about giving those children the voice of articulation to be able to, empowering them so that they can, feel confident to be able to create their own narratives and share their own stories. And that's really important for our community to be able to do, to share our stories in the way that we want to be represented, because we're being represented by other people in their viewpoints, and where is our voice in all of that?
Nadeem, mashallah, congratulations.
Jazakallah khair, alhamdulillah, very proud.
What school are you from, Nadeem?
It's Jamiatul Ulum in Luton, alhamdulillah. So it's a secondary Islamic school for boys. Been running since 2004, going from strength to strength, alhamdulillah, and I'm very proud. I'm very honoured and humbled by the award, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Why do you think you won? What are you doing in literacy that has meant that your nomination has really stood out?
I think the main reason why I won is that I paid off the judges well enough.
Very nice.
No, but on a serious note, do you know what it is? For me, it's like myself, I'm a Luton boy through and through, and the kids sort of relate to that. And the guys in our school, a lot of us are just local lads kind of thing. So when the school first started, it had a very traditional and very formal approach to things. Alhamdulillah, I was appointed as head in 2008, and since then, it was kind of like we talk a lot about breaking down barriers and breaking down stigmas in terms of Muslim ideology. We done it at a very small scale, grassroots level, where we broke the stigma of this is not just my student and I'm not just his teacher, but we're just lads in a class. And being that sort of relatable kind of person, and that's one of the main vibes I try to create there, of making everyone relatable. And I think just what happened over time is people sort of, and students in particular, gravitated towards that.
I'm here with Mohammed Shahid Ahmed from London Islamic School, who has won first place for the Numeracy Award. Congratulations, it's fantastic.
Jazakallah khair.
So, do you enjoy teaching maths? Is this one of the things in numeracy that you really love doing?
Yeah, maths, alhamdulillah, from a young age, it was a passion for me. And this was installed in me by my maths teacher. So after finishing my education in secondary, I went to do A-levels, and then I went into done a degree in mathematics. So this has been a passion in all my life.
MashaAllah, and this started because you had a great maths teacher, and now you're trying to be that great maths teacher to other young people.
Yes, definitely. So this inspired me to go into teaching, alhamdulillah, and the reason I went to teaching is to inspire other students, other young children, so that they can make a big difference in the world.
We are now going to hear from our third and final keynote speaker, who has travelled all the way from Turkey to be with us this evening. someone who touches our hearts whenever we meet him. Turkish academic, researcher, social thinker, and director of the Alliance of Civilizations Institute of Fatih Sultan Mehmet Waqf University, Istanbul, Turkey. Please give a very warm welcome to Professor Rajab Shenturk.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulina wa habibina wa tabibi qulubina wa shafi'i dhunubina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa atba'ihi wa ikhwanihi min al-anbiya'i wal mursalin. I'm very happy to see you again. I met some of you in Istanbul. I'm sure you missed Istanbul. And I brought you greetings from Istanbul, from Sultan Ahmed, from Ayub Sultan, and from Bosphorus, and from other places. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring you Turkish tea and coffee. You have to come to Istanbul to have the original one. They say that there is a woman behind every great man. I say that there is a great teacher behind every great human being. So our teachers make us who we are. And this is architecture of humanity, engineering of humanity, art of raising human beings. This is the art we inherit from prophets. Allah Ta'ala sent many prophets to humanity since the time of Adam until Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ to raise human beings. They are the architects of human beings. So education is changing. Education is building, but changing what? Changing hearts. This is what Allah Ta'ala says in the Quran. Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah wouldn't change a people until they change their hearts. And changing hearts is the most difficult job in this world. And it is the task assigned to prophets. And the job of educating human beings is the most honorable job. And actually, it is considered in Islam one of the most pleasing jobs to Allah Ta'ala. It is considered fard al-kifaya. Fard al-kifaya, which means a communal obligation, a communal prayer, just like attending the funeral prayers. So some people in the community should take on their shoulders educating the new generations. And if they do this, then the whole community is saved. Otherwise, if no one takes this responsibility, the whole community will be responsible for that. So you see that this is fard kifaya. So if you go to Umrah, visit the Kaaba, what's the ruling for that? It's Sunnah. What's the ruling for teaching young children? It's fard kifaya, which is much above the Sunnah obligations. So it's most pleasing to Allah Ta'ala to educate young children, young students. And كَلِمَةٌ طَيِّبَةٌ خَيْرٌ مِّن صَدَقَةٍ. A good word is better than giving charity. So if you give a good word to a person, whether as a friend or as a teacher, this is better than giving charity. So those teachers who are teaching things, transferring knowledge to their students, they get reward of giving many charities during their lives. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, do you know how he defined his profession? He said, "Bu'ithtu mu'alliman." I am sent as a teacher. So he defined his job, his mission, his task as a teacher. And as I mentioned, all prophets, all messengers of Allah, they are teachers, as our Jewish friend also mentioned, that Moses, Jesus, Noah, Ibrahim, they have this profession. And also Prophet Muhammad said, alayhi salam, al-ulama warathatul anbiya. The scholars, the teachers, they are heirs of prophets because they inherit knowledge and they do the same job prophets do, which is distributing this knowledge to new generations and transmitting it to new generations. Do you know who made the education mandatory in the world for the first time? He is Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. He said, "Talabul ilm faridatun ala kulli muslimin wa muslimatin." You know, learning, getting education is obligatory on every Muslim man and woman. So he made education obligatory for men and women. And this was 15 centuries ago. And for how many years? For how long? He said, "Utlub al-ilm min al-mahd ila al-lahd." Seek for knowledge from cradle to grave. Lifelong obligatory education. So there are things you can learn even the day before you die. There are things you learn right after you are born, according to this approach. But at the same time, as you continue learning, you are also required to teach. You teach whatever you know, and it is an obligation. So the scholars, the teachers, they cannot hide themselves. They have to expose their identity as a scholar, as a teacher. It is said that saints, the awliya, can hide their identity. But scholars, teachers, cannot hide their identity. Why? Because they have a social role. People need their knowledge. They need to come to them, ask their questions to them. So that's why scholars in the past always had turbans, always had special dress to indicate that he's a scholar, so that people can come ask their questions. So what is it that teachers should teach to their children? According to Islam, the first thing, there are two things that teachers should teach first to their students. One is themselves, the other is God. God and self. Because these are seen as two mutually connected things. And Plato, in Plato's school, in ancient Greek, it was written on the wall, "Know yourself." Because knowledge of the self is the foundation for all other knowledge. And Prophet Muhammad said, "Man arafa rabbahu, man arafa nafsahu, faqad arafa rabbahu." The one who knows himself, herself, knows his Lord, his God. So if you don't know yourself, you cannot know your God. And Allah Ta'ala said, "Don't be like those who forgot God, and God made them forget themselves. See, the knowledge of self is related to knowledge of God. And today, we suffer from forgetting God. And consequently, we forget ourselves also. So, the first thing the teachers should teach to their students who they are and what they are for. Where did they come from and to where they are heading? And what's their role in this world? Why are they created? And what's going to happen to them after they die? So these are the big questions that students should be taught. And this brings respect, self-respect, because according to Islamic religion and also other religions, human beings are vicegerents of Allah on the earth. We are representatives of Allah on the earth. And every human being is a manifestation of Allah on the earth, a divine manifestation. And our scholars, philosophers say, divine manifestation never repeats itself. That's why every human being is unique. This is how Allah Ta'ala shows, demonstrates His endless power. He creates, but each time He creates something unique. His manifestation, His creation never repeats itself. And He honored us by making us His vicegerents, Khalifatullahi alal ard. The head of the state in Islam is Khalifatu Rasulillah, vicegerent of Prophet Muhammad, successor of Prophet Muhammad. But every human being is vicegerent, representative of Allah, which is a higher position, a higher level. Is there anything, any status that can be above this status, which is given to human being? No. That's why human beings are so honored. And Allah Ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We honored children of Adam. And in Islamic law, it is said that if someone's finger gets squeezed in 2 stones in the wall of the Kaaba, what is the right thing to do? They say, we destroy the Kaaba just to protect this human being from feeling pain. Then we rebuild it, no problem. You can see how much value is attached to respecting, valuing human beings. So this is what we need to teach in our educational system to the students. And this self-respect, this self-honoring reflects directly on respecting and honoring the others. Because if I see myself as vicegerent of Allah on the earth, the same way I see the others. If I see myself as a unique divine manifestation, the same way I see the others. And this gets reflected in my social relations with others. Our scholars say that the true piety is in social relations, not in praying alone, not in fasting, not in going to Hajj, but in your social relations. Because in your social relations there is adab. And the more you honor the creation of Allah, the more you honor Allah. Because Islamically, we love and honor the creatures of Allah for the sake of their Creator. Simply because of the fact that they are created by Allah, we honor all human beings, as well as all animals, as well as all plants, because they are created by the artist. So knowledge of self leads to knowledge of Allah. So this is from art to the artist. You go from art to know more about the artist. And the same way, the more you know the artist, the better you understand the art. So knowledge of the self and knowledge of Allah Ta'ala mutually enforce each other. And if we forget God, and if we forget ourselves, this also gets reflected in the way we look at other human beings. If I see myself as an ordinary animal, then I see other people also like ordinary animals, with no higher value, with no transcendent value. And this degradation of the status of human beings not only has an impact on losing your self-esteem, but at the same time on your treatment of other people. So respecting yourself is respecting to others. Knowing yourself is knowing the others. So what are we? I'm not saying who are we, because I have already answered this. So what are we? We are composed of bodies and souls. And our soul is constituted by heart, intellect, and nafs. So these are the major elements which constitute ourselves. So in Islam, the reason is in the heart. And in Islam, we think with our hearts. That's why there cannot be any conflict between heart and reason. But there may be conflict between heart and nafs, which is animal passions, animal desires. Islamically, we satisfy our animal desires within the boundaries of Islamic law. So we don't kill our desires, we don't neglect them completely, but we give them what they need, but we limit these desires within the boundaries of Islamic law. So, but there is a struggle going on inside every human being between their nafs, because nafs whispers, always exceeding the limits, going beyond the limits, not listening any authority. And the same way from outside, the whispers of the shaitan. And so there is a great struggle going on in every human being. And teachers should educate their students how to overcome their nafs, how to overcome and control their animal desires. So this guidance is very, very important, because this is called by Prophet Muhammad the greatest jihad, the greatest struggle. So every child goes through many, many inner struggles, and they need guidance, especially when they are in high school, when they are in the university, when they are young. So they are under the conflicting influences of their intellect and their nafs, animal desires and passions, and somebody needs to teach them how to overcome, how to control. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ defined the intelligent person as follows. He said, the intelligent person is the one who controls his desires and works for the hereafter. Imam Ghazali says there are two types of intelligence. One is this worldly intelligence, the economic intelligence. The other is metaphysical intelligence. So this worldly intelligence or rationality is interested in maximizing the utility, maximizing the interest in this world. But the metaphysical intellect is interested in the happiness in this world and the happiness in the hereafter. So we need to nourish metaphysical intellect. As I said in the beginning, the profession of being a teacher is a prophetic, sacred profession. As the speaker before me said, it's a vocation. It is something you do for God. And you may be paid for it, but this payment is not the exchange of what you are doing. You shouldn't see it like this. You do it as an act of worship, as a sacred act to serve the creation of Allah Ta'ala, and serving the creation of Allah Ta'ala is what brings you closer to Allah Ta'ala. And the purpose of this education is to bring happiness to our hearts. But it begins first teaching what's heart and what's a human being, and knowledge of the self will lead us to knowledge of God. These are mutually requiring each other rather than being mutually exclusive of each other. And I congratulate all the teachers who got rewards for their innovations and creativity. Now I call all our teachers to think in a creative and innovative manner how we teach the self to our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Rajab Shenturk, who has come all the way from Istanbul, Turkey, especially for this event. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah khair. Okay, now the entries for the National Muslim Teachers Creativity and Innovation Awards were judged by an independent panel of 10 judges who are highly experienced. I would like to ask them all to please come to the stage. So all 10 of our judges, please. That's Muhammad Akram Khan Chima, Dame Anna Hassan, Dr. Lynn Haynes, Busha Nasir, Dr. Abdullah Shahin, Sister Lubna Khan, Dr. Muhammad Abdul Bari, Dr. Musharraf Hussain, Tahmida Kalam, and Amani Faris. Please come to the stage. Thank you. Can I also ask our chairman and our vice chairman, Haji Mutalib Unla and Haji Khalid Chowdhury, to please also come to the stage. Our judges are here today. Now, our lead judge, our head judge, if you like, is Akram Khan Chima. I'm just going to get to the stage, just a very brief couple of words.
Jazakallah khair. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I know you've all been sitting very patiently, so I won't take too much of your time. But I will say a couple of things about the judging of this wonderful opportunity for us to look at the nominees and the people who applied. There were a whole number of wonderful people that we looked at. The two things I will say is, as judges, we found it interesting that the person who applied on behalf of the teacher is the one that we were really judging, because we had the writing of the person who applied on their behalf, nominated the teacher. So next time, Nida Trust, we will hope to have an insight into the person's actual capability as judges. I don't know how we'll organize it, but it may be a step forward next time to look at not only the capability of the applicant, but also the actual attributes of the person who is being nominated and who is doing such a wonderful job. All teachers do a wonderful job. And Professor Rajab has reminded us of the capacity. Really, all teachers are following the footsteps of the prophets, subhanallah. So It was a difficult job. We did it to the best of our capacity, and we hope that Allah accepts our efforts, and we certainly hope and pray that Allah accepts the efforts of all teachers everywhere, because they are certainly following the footsteps of the Prophet. Jazakallah khair.
And I'm going to ask the Haji Mutlab Onla and Haji Khalid Chowdhury to please hand out the awards to our judges. Okay, a round of applause to all of our judges. Our Vice Chair, Khalid Chowdhury, please come forward, please, and for some closing words.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Once again, thank you so much for making the time and making this such a grand event. It's very, very important that we celebrate our teachers. Teachers are the ones who are going to bring up our future generations. And mashallah, to see the honored guests, the speakers, mashallah, the judging, alhamdulillah, thank you so much.
That concludes the National Muslim Teachers Creativity and Innovation Awards for 2017. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.